Hello everyone, I want to show one of our new products now for the Alu-Cab campers. These do work for the canopy campers, and I haven't tested it yet on the Alu-Cabins, but I'm pretty sure they're going to work on those too, since I've built in some adjustability for that. So essentially, most of you have seen, if you do have one of these campers, you're going to be already knowing that you basically have a lot of gear in the back of the truck. Some guys, they're running $3,000–5,000 worth of electronics and heaters and everything in the back of the truck, yet the truck is basically locked with a padlock. So I thought about that a lot, and I really wanted to come up with something different. So I started researching, and I know there's a lot of van builds that are out there that people are doing stuff, and you're able to put on some different types of electronic locks and stuff that work with those, especially with commercial vans, because you got a lot of stuff. People are carrying around tools and gear that's inside of those, so they try to, it's obviously a big issue with people breaking into vans, so there are electronic locks that work with those. So what I did is I did some research and looking for the different types of electronic locks that are out there, and I reached out to a company called Thunderbolt locks, and I really thought that the locks that they have would work well with what my idea was. So I partnered up with those guys, and they sent me out a lock to test and do some prototyping with. And essentially what I've come up with is an electronic deadbolt system that now works with the Alu-Cab campers and pretty much works with the key fob that's on whatever truck you've got. With mine, I have the Gladiator, but it does come with wiring that you should be able to connect in pretty much with any tailgate lock system on most of the modern trucks. So basically what I have here is a casing that I designed to work with Thunderbolt locks that bolts directly onto the door. It starts out, you have the casing, I call it the housing, will come already pre-assembled with the lock assembled inside of it. So really all you have to do is remove the screw for your handle, place it in place, put your screw back in, mark your holes. It will come with the rib nuts and stuff that you need for putting those in. The rib nut holes are 23/64 drill bit is what we use on those. But essentially you pop a couple rib nuts into the door, and then you have your locking mechanism here on the edge of the door, which also is basically cable actuated. And you have a box that comes with the lock. It's a control box that has the motor and stuff that connects to your wiring and stuff for your truck. And obviously there's a lot of guys that have the canopy camper and already have some MOLLE panels and stuff that are installed on the doors. I tried to design the lock housing in a way that it was going to be able to work with most of the MOLLE panels and tables that I've seen. There's some that may require just a little bit of trimming on those in order to get these to work, but it should be minimal. But if you do have MOLLE panels and stuff already in the system, you technically don't need to use the plate that I've designed, because you could probably just bolt the control box directly onto the MOLLE panel. But if you don't have MOLLE panels and you want to use, we do have a plate built that will work with basically mounting the control box directly to it. And again, the same way, you take off the screw that's going to be on the handle, you set it in place, screw it down, and then you have your area up here that you just mark a hole, and again use a 23/64 drill bit, put a hole, and then add in your M6 rib nut to be able to put it in place. Now, another great feature about this deadbolt system is that it does have a hand actuator. So not only is it a system that you can have that's going to be when you're outside of the truck, but when you're inside of the camper and sleeping, you can actually lock the deadbolt from inside, either with your key fob or manually. So if for some reason your battery went dead and your key fob wouldn't work, you always have the ability to open and close the deadbolt from inside. Now, with the way the system here works, you then have a strike plate that is over here that you place on the side of the door frame. And once you have the control box on the door, it's really easy. You shut the door, pretty much mark where your strike plate needs to be. You're going to have some 1/8" drill bit holes you're going to need to place to put the 1/8" rib nuts into place. But again, it's pretty strong once you do rivet in place. the strike plate, the lock housing that I've designed, the control box itself, it's all stainless steel. This is a stainless plate here. Now we'll be offering a stainless version that is powder coated. So that one, in case you wanted a powder coated version. And then I have the plates here. These are actually, the powder coated ones are aluminum. Since I couldn't do raw aluminum on these with having the stainless steel housing, and would cause some metal issues there over time. And then on the back of the door handle, you will also get a little piece of foam. It's really probably hard to see right now, but it's a little 1/2-inch piece of round foam that you can pretty much, you slide your cable housing into the back of the handle. It's got a slot back here, and then take that piece of foam, and that way it makes it nice and tidy. And then, like I say, it's I have the Jeep Gladiator. It automatically works with the key fob. I just got it since we took the tailgate off. I just connected into the wiring for the electronic lock that is on the tailgate that locks the vehicle. So not only is it going to be set up to whenever you lock your doors, but it also, just like once you start driving, say for some reason you forgot to padlock it, and you wanted to make sure that you might be still secure while driving, it does automatically lock with your locks on your doors when you do that. And like I say, once you get it inside, get it locked up, lock the door, it is completely deadbolted and does not open. So it makes it a very secure setup. So then you also have the ability to still put a padlock on there. Now, one other feature that I have done, again, working with Thunderbolt, is that they have a 110 decibel padlock alarm. So you can also use this, that if you set it in a certain way, basically the top part here has a magnet in it. So if you place it in regular, then it's not going to do anything. But when you want to arm it, you pretty much just flip this over so that the magnet is on the other side. And then once you lock it, show you a demonstration here. Once you lock it into place, so now you have a 110 decibel padlock that's going to be on the back of it too. Now this is a separate piece that you can purchase if you want it. If not, that's fine too. But it's just an extra added security. It does have the Thunderbolt branding on it to show that it is an electronic lock. But essentially, when this is armed and your truck is sitting still, if anybody messes with it, even when you come to unlock it, you'll see, be very careful with it. Because once it'll give you a beep, the warning, and then after that warning, it's going to go off and sets the alarm off. It will run for a little while, and then it resets itself. So in case someone did mess with it and then ran away from your truck, then you've still got the deadbolt on the truck. But, like I say, if you get someone that gets past your padlock, your truck's still going to be armed and locked. Everything's going to be locked into place, and it's deadbolted. So it makes it a lot more secure system for you for your camper, and that way, like I say, a lot of these, everybody's going to have a lot of electronics and stuff that's back there. Anyone running a red arc system or anything like that, you're $2,000-$3,000 worth of just electronics for your stuff that's in there. So, it's going to be available very soon. 813fabrication.com. We're on Instagram, 813fabrication. We're on Facebook, 813fabrication. These will be launching very soon. I'm very excited about this one because to me it is something that is a very crucial item for having built the truck and having gear in there. Myself, I'm carrying a lot of parts to places, what we're doing for, the other parts that we're selling. So I just wanted something that was a lot more secure for the back of the truck. And I think this is a very good setup. So like I say, they're going to be available soon. So if you have any questions about it, just reach out to me and let me know. Thanks.